It's a really funny story how I met Jessi.
Jen motherfucking Dent, President, Jen motherfucking Dent, President, Jen motherfucking Dent, President, Jen motherfucking Dent, President.
Hello Poppets, how's everybody today? I hope you're doing well. I went to the gym this morning. I haven't changed my clothes yet because, you know, I'm a busy person. So anyway, today, as I promised in my last video, I'm going to talk all about Jessi and how Jessi and I got to know each other, tell you some funny stories about us, things we've done together, places we've gone, and also share some funny vines that I've gotten over the years. It's a really funny story how I met Jessi. In the summer of 2013, in August, my grandmother died, and we had to go to the funeral home, and it was my sister and I. We went to the funeral home and it was very depressing, and then when we left there we went to a bar and had some drinks, and then we came back home and we had more drinks. I got on Vine and I saw this girl named Jessi celebrating the fact that she had hit 1 million followers, and I was not in a good mood, and me being a smartass commented something smartassy-ish. Is that a word? I just made it up. I think I said something like, oh wow, well I have a full-time job and a master's degree. Maybe I should have 1 million followers. Or it was something just bitchy. It's just how I roll. She blocked me, which I would have blocked me too. So fast forward a few months and I started to get a lot more attention on Vines. Some of the bigger Viners revined some of my Vines. That's a lot to say in one word. A lot of Vines in one sentence. And Jessi saw my Vines and she followed me, and she even commented like, this is so funny, you're so funny, I love it. And I just remember just sitting there like, yeah, she has me blocked. So of course I couldn't follow her back, so I got on Instagram and I made a post. I said, you know, Jessi, thank you for following me on Vine. I have to confess that you have me blocked, but this is why I said what I said that day, which you didn't deserve that, but I'm just explaining myself. It's not an excuse. And I'll never forget, she commented back. She was like, that's okay, truce. What's your name? I'll unblock you. So she did, and after that we talked. But I did end up talking to her one night, and she told me the whole story about what happened between her and Curtis. Every time I bring Curtis up, I feel like I have to say what happened, but at the same time, I hate giving it. I'm just tired of talking about it. Curtis, what do you think about MagCon shutting down? Because I don't always want to talk about Curtis every time I talk about Jessi, but it's important again here because the reason that I am so close with Jessi is because it started with what happened between she and Curtis. And there was one night that I spoke to her and she told me the whole story about what had happened, and it really made me think about what had happened to me years ago. When she told me about what had happened to her, I opened up to her about what happened to me. I had plans to go with Jessi to LA to support her while she gave her statement in court, and that was going to be the first time that I ever met her. But I volunteer for the Family Violence and Sexual Assault Unit here where I live, and every April we put on a fundraiser, and we do that to raise funds for that organization because they exist solely off of donations and grants. My husband ended up contacting Jessi and asking her if it would be possible for her to come here and surprise me at the fundraiser. We were at the venue setting up. We were moving chairs and just setting up the stage and everything, and my husband had told me that he had to go do something for work that day. And I'll never forget, when he got there, I was moving chairs and he opened the door and he was like, hey, come here a minute. So I go over to see what he's doing, and I had to go outside, and when I went outside he was holding the door open, and when he shut the door, Jessi was standing behind the door and she was holding a bouquet of flowers. And I remember I looked at her and I was just like, hey. And then it hit me like who it was, and I just took off screaming. I was yelling, I was running around in the parking lot, and I was just so excited. I mean, it was such a shock to see her there, and it meant so much to me that she came all the way here to this little bitty town where I live. I could not remember the last time I had been that happy. We had a lot of fun that weekend. I was awake for 66 hours. I just want to go to bed.
No, come on. Don't fucking go to bed. I mean, look, we all want to go to bed, but no.
Like, nobody would let me sleep. It was ridiculous. I was just so excited, and I was so busy that weekend, and it was, I don't think any of us really slept, but we had a great time.
Okay, go.
Woo! few weeks after that, I went to LA. We both traveled to LA because Curtis had a hearing and Jessi was going to give her statement. It wasn't a fun day, but once that was over, we had a great time. We went and got our matching tattoos.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck?
We drank a lot, of course.
Finally had our baby. Jessi did so well. I'm so proud of her.
Hey baby, I was just gonna...
She's sleeping.
Oh, she's got my eye.
Hey, with my friend. I'm showing you some real shit, some real shit.
Once we were done in LA, we traveled to San Diego. And we stayed at Justin's house. We had such a good time. Justin is so funny and so sweet. She's been back to my house. There's really nothing here to do. So we end up just hanging out at the house.
Go, Hermie. Oh my god, go Bailey, go, go Bailey, go, go.
And like basically drinking and acting stupid and doing vines.
You are such a bitch. You know that, right?
Yes.
Oh, there was that one time we went on a cruise. There was a hashtag going, Jen and Jessi slow dance to anything. I don't even know how we started with that, but we would just slow dance. Like we would be in the middle of a room full of people like dancing their asses off and we would just be slow dancing. Just because we're stupid. Jessi is what I call a fun bully. Hey, let's leave the money. Like she will not let you go to sleep and she will not let you stay in. You have to go out, you have to dance, you have to drink.
Don't slow down, bitch.
And that's just how it is. Last summer, we went to Cancun.
I'd like to pour out some for my homies who aren't here with us.
And I think if anything could have gone wrong in Cancun, it did. It was just a shitty mess of a trip. With that being said, I had a great time, but my friend died while I was there. So I have to say I cried a lot while I was in Cancun, but thank God I was there with Jessi. When Jennifer died, we wanted to do something for her. Jennifer's favorite emoji was the red balloon. We set off some red balloons, which don't worry, no turtles got them because they didn't have any helium at the resort we were at. So the balloons that you see us letting go had no helium in there. The place we were staying, the building was like a pyramid and the balconies were stacked. So we literally just dropped the balloons onto the balcony below. No turtles were killed. Yeah, I get sick of these fucking comments on Vine. She did force me to try not to dwell on it too much while I was there. And we did have a great time.
But I know.
Hey guys, so what time are we going to the...
Anyway, and I have to say that what you see of Jessi online is Jessi in real life. It is impossible to talk to her without laughing pretty much the whole time.
Ain't nobody watching. We have 0 views.
Jessi, can you believe this bitch like pales like a fucking crack on this shit? She understands that she's very blessed in life. She understands that she is very lucky to be doing what she loves, and she's a very generous person. With that being said, she's crazy sloppy. She's gonna be mad I said that. She doesn't answer texts for sometimes weeks at a time, and she falls asleep like a cat. Like literally you will be talking to her 1 minute and the next thing you know she is asleep, and you know she's asleep because she snores. Something that you don't really notice about Jessi on Vine, but that if you're around her in person you realize she has a very strong accent.
Are you serious? I'm gonna be really offended. What? I want to buy this bicycle.
She's actually Cuban. Both of her parents are Cuban. Her family speaks mostly Spanish.
Fíjate. Ese. No puede ser ese. ¿Sí? Okay. Okay, vamos.
I like to make fun of her accent.
No, you are not going to bed. No. Oh, you sassy. Oh, you sassy. Huh? Oh, fuck you, bitch. Oh my God. No, doggy. No. No. Oh, no.
One day that was really exciting is the day that I finished Vine Stories and I put it up to be published. And also that day Jessi's song, What If I, had come out on iTunes. It was crazy because I just happened to be looking at iTunes and I was like, her song is listed like with all these other popular songs. And she was like, what? And she came and looked at it on the computer and sure enough she was like listed like with Sarah Bareilles, Beyonce. We were just like, what the fuck? Oh my god. There's just so much to talk about and I look forward to whatever else is gonna happen next time I see Jessi. I just wish we lived closer. From what I understand, she's coming here in June. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm going to get her to do a video in front of the chalkboard wall. And what would you like to see when Jessi comes to visit me? Comment below. We'll try to make that happen. Tune in for my next video. I do videos every week, sometimes more than once a week. I'm still trying to feel that out. I keep saying that. Hey, I'm a busy woman. So anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed it and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye. I was pissed off at myself for inviting her over there. I was pissed off at myself for not listening to my friends when they said, hey, you probably shouldn't be talking to this girl because she is kind of crazy.